Hey guys, so today I wanted to do something a little bit different than what I usually do. I want to bookkeep with you. So I know when I speak to a lot of therapists, they're usually behind on their books. I'm not going to lie, about 99% of the therapists I speak with that don't use a bookkeeper are behind on their books. What I want to do in today's video is essentially walk you through what a process looks like and just for us to work on this together and make sure that you're caught up because the year is coming to an end very quickly. If you're new here, hi, thank you for being here. My name is Jeanette Andrada. I work with therapists in private practice to help them feel confident about their financials, especially when they're just getting started and they are not sure exactly what to do next or how to do anything when it comes to this part of the business. When it comes to bookkeeping, if you've watched my videos, you know that I fully recommend QuickBooks, and that is going to be my primary source of how to do bookkeeping. However, I know that a lot of you are just getting started. You just need something to help you start keeping track of everything. So that's what I'm going to share here. It's a spreadsheet that I created that if you go to the link in my bio, you'll be able to find it so you could download your copy. In a later video, I will go into QuickBooks because I do want to show you how we could transition from a spreadsheet to QuickBooks. For now, let's just stick to the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is actually very basic and I recommend it if you're starting out and your business is considered a sole proprietorship. When it comes to the bookkeeping for an S corporation, that's a little bit different. There's stricter bookkeeping requirements from the IRS, so I recommend QuickBooks when you get started with that S corporation. If you're a sole prop, let's go ahead and get right into this. We're going to see here that we have like our income, expense tabs, and this actually helps track profit first. I have videos about profit first. I haven't made one in a long time, but that's something definitely to look into to help you manage your money and make sure that you're saving enough for taxes and for all your expenses. But we'll get into that in a separate video. I'll create a new one here soon. You might not already be familiar with bookkeeping is. So bookkeeping is helping you track all your income and your expenses. Now, the bookkeeping results into profit and loss statements and other financial reports. This one only has a profit and loss and a monthly and yearly overview. So we're just going to stick with those for now. And I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So one thing that we want to track is everything that's happening within your bank account or your credit card accounts, right? You want to make sure that you are keeping track of everything to help you with tax deductions and make sure you're not missing anything. So I'm just going to start by going through, my bank statement or my credit card statement. Or just pull up your banking information online and just start filling in this information. As you can see, it could end up being very tedious to do this. So imagine doing this for a whole year. You definitely don't want to wait until then, especially when you have a tight deadline for taxes. So doing this like once a week, depending on your expenses or your income, is going to be very beneficial for you at the end of the day. And so then I'm just going to add different numbers and let's see, private pay. So you just go through and you just select everything that you need to select. And I'm just going to add 600 here, 8423. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like, it's not hard. Just do it, right? Like, where it gets hard is if you neglect this. It becomes very overwhelming for people that are new to this, and especially if it's like the first year and they've never done this. Trying to do this for the whole year and, during crunch time, it's a nightmare. So let's go ahead and just stick to therapy revenues, and we're going to do 200. And then let's just add a few more. And I'm not leaving descriptions on all of these, of course, like we can, and in this, like, I recommend putting in, like who was it that was paying you. That works perfectly fine. So let's do insurance and let's do 150. And then we're going to leave it at that. Let's say that this is our income for the month. Now that we are done, like we went through our bank statement, put in all our income, let's go ahead and start recording our expenses. The expenses are the ones that I want you to really pay attention to. if you're using something like Simple Practice or something like, Ivy Pay to collect payment or Stripe to collect payment, you could easily get a report with your income for that year. Now, of course, you could be receiving income from different areas, so you still want to put them all together. The income part is not what I'm worried about. The one that I am worried about for you is the expense one, because this could just get really messy. I know sometimes the people I work with, the therapists I work with, will accidentally use like their personal account. Now, if you haven't watched any of my videos, or if you're completely new to all of this, please just separate your business and your personal. It's going to make it so much easier to do your bookkeeping. Really, the first thing that you need to do when you start your private practice, in my opinion, just completely separate yourself from your practice. So I'm going to start here, and I am going to go in, and let's say you do psychology today. And the thing about my spreadsheet is that I did customize it for therapists. So these are all terms that you should be familiar with. So let's go ahead and put that under directory and listing fees. And I know Simple Practice. I know that psychology today is usually $30, especially, if you're a solo practitioner, for sure. So let's go and add a little bit more. And we are going to put, speaking of Simple Practice, let's just put in Simple Practice since we're here. So we'll put that under software subscriptions and fees. And I know Simple Practice varies in price, but let's say right now it's $125. And then let's keep going. And again, you want to make sure that you have your credit card statement or your bank statement to record all of your expenses. And even if you don't have the statement available, you want to go ahead and use your bank account. Let's say now let's say that you renewed your license. So let's go do that. We're gonna do license renewal, licenses and renewals. So oops, I missed it. Okay, and let's say that was 150. Okay, again, these are just sample numbers, so yours is going to look different, but this will give you an idea. All right, so now let's start going into the monthly overview so we could start seeing what it looks like. So if you notice, there's nothing in here, but we do, right now it's filtered to January. So let's go ahead and go over to August. Then you're going to start seeing what you earned, what you spent, and then your profit. Now that we're done with the income and expenses, let's go into the Profit First tab. Like I said, if you are not familiar with what that looks like or what Profit First is, make sure to watch a separate video where I talk about that. And like I said, I will be creating a new one shortly, just to give you a more updated, fresh approach to that. Essentially, what you want to do is every time you receive income, you want to separate it out between different categories. And the categories are going to be operating expenses, taxes, owner's pay, and profit. For this situation, let's just go ahead and put some of this income that you received in August. So let's go ahead and put $1,200 in there. And because we do want to save a little bit of money, let's go ahead and put that towards taxes. And so we see it zeroed out. We put some in taxes, and then you paid yourself the rest. Now we could see how everything is laid out, and you're going to see what you earned and what you spent. Also, you're going to see what you paid yourself. Now, when I set this up, I did create a goal for owner's pay, and owner's pay is what you want to take from your business after your expenses. So your income is going to come in from the insurance companies or through Stripe and Ivy Pay, but you still want to pay yourself something. And it's really good to set up that goal from the beginning when you're just getting started, so you know what to target. Here we have your actual profit and loss, and we could see here that for therapy revenues, there was $800, insurance there was $550, so your total income was that $1,350. Here are your expenses, which equal the $305, and here is your profit. This is what you had left over after your expenses. like I mentioned, it's not difficult. You just need to do it. Just go in there and do it. If profit first felt a little bit overwhelming, I don't want you to worry about that. Just do your bookkeeping, track your income and your expenses. And then once you get a little bit more accustomed to the bookkeeping, then we're, go ahead and start looking more into the profit first to make sure that you're saving enough money for everything. Thank you so much for bookkeeping with me. I hope you found this helpful. Make sure to head over to the link in my description to get your copy of this bookkeeping spreadsheet. All right, I will talk to you next time.